let's start with some recruiting news. What's his Colton Vasek?
Colton.
Yeah.
Colton
I
Vasek,
wanted to say
baby.
Austin Vasek, but he's in Austin, but he's Colton Vasek. He was
Right.
in Austin at the UT game last weekend. I heard rumors that it wasn't an official visit, that it was an unofficial, which
I'm
is
pretty sure that's
why, which is
And that's
why
how we're sidestepping
yes.
the Brent Venables visit policy.
Yeah. How do we feel about a very highly rated recruit that is committed to currently Oklahoma spending his weekend in Austin watching Texas?
Okay, two things. One, we don't like it. He is as high a 4-star as you can be without being a 5-star. I don't know if that's statistically true, but he was awesome. Two, he lives in Austin.
Yeah.
He grew up probably liking UT, and his dad's a legacy there, and they went to the game. What do you want him to do? Stay home and not go to the game? It's a tough balance when the guy's from UT and has all the ties there. I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
Yes, I want him to stay home and not go to the game. And I also want Brent Venables to have him decommit. I'm absolutely done with Colton Vasek.
I love it.
Here's my thing. Coaches are losing control in all sports around the world. If LeBron James is on your team, you're not the coach. If Aaron Rodgers is on your team, you're not the coach. If Joshua Kimmich of Bayern Munich's on your team, you're not the coach. And this is a bad thing. So if Brent Venables, he has his mantra, he has his methods and his values, and he said commitment is like marriage. We're one, and there's no cheating or anything like that. I don't care if it was unofficial. In my eyes, it was cheating, and he needs to take control if he's going to want his mantra, his values, and his growth of what OU is going to become to continue. And this is the reason why I need to get rid of Colton right now, to send a message to all the recruits. I'm done with it.
Wow. That's not even that's not even his hot take of the week. We have one coming up later. Matt, get in there.
No, I just don't even know what to make of Pat. I mean, I get it. Being an OU fan, we're going to be biased, right? Like, this is what we want. We need recruiting classes. We need recruits like Colton to come in. I think this is ultimately going to test BV's policy. And I wonder if they've been in communication or how often they're still talking with Colton, especially not just him, but with Todd Bates and Chavis as well. So we haven't heard too much. We did see that he came out with a comment that, he still believed in BV and the staff and all that. But again, to Mark's point, it could be a little bit of sidestepping. You're never going to want to see another player go to another recruiting visit, whether it's official or unofficial. I don't really have any worries about it. He's a 17-year-old kid, grew up in Austin, going to the games with his family. I can't really.
He was on the sideline.
Those are all reasons.
He's on the
why I'm
sideline
worried
with
about it.
Manning.
Yeah, of course they're going to let him on the sideline, right? He's a highly
Sure, and he's
prospective
in
recruit.
contact with the
It's
coaches
gonna happen.
every week. That's not okay with me.
Yeah.
If he lived in Norman
cheating.
and he was going, if
The
you
more
committed to
it's
Austin,
cheating.
he'd do the same thing.
It's not
So
cheating.
I'm not
Yeah,
going to
he
condemn
would,
him
and
for
then
going to
he
a
would go to
Texas
OU
game.
afterwards.
Ryan.
I'm not going to condemn a kid for that.
Ryan.
I just absolutely love Pat's take. It's so funny to me. It's
Pat's just ready to fire him into the sun.
he's ready to just launch him.
Get rid of him.
As far away from Norman as he can. Yeah, I mean, going back to Mark's point, we don't like it, but unofficial visit doesn't technically go against the policy. Is it a little weird? Maybe. The thing that I'm more concerned about is him like on Instagram, like restoring like Arch Manning's story about bringing him to Texas and stuff. Like, I don't know if that like has any kind of like merit to it or anything that actually matters, but he's adding gas to the flame. Like, he knows what he's doing. Like, we can call him a 17-year-old, but like, and he is still a kid, which he is, but he knows exactly what he's doing. He knows the message it's sending by going to the sidelines and sitting with Arch or standing by Arch. That's going to cause some people to talk. And obviously we're talking about it right now. So it's working.
No.
I don't know what this means. I have no idea. And I don't think we will know. And I think there's a lot of things behind the scenes that are going on that he could be having conversations with Venables. Like, I'm from Austin. I'm going to go this game. Don't worry about anything. And Venables trusts him. I mean, that could be something that is happening right now. So let's just wait and see. Let's figure it out. And we're going to be fine without him if it comes to that. We don't want to be without him, but we're going to be fine.
The cool thing about being like 16 or 17 is you're an adult basically, but you get away with anything you want because everyone just has to say, oh, well, they're 16 years old. They're 17 years old.
Yeah.
The more I hear Patrick talk about it, the more I'm like, yeah, I don't like it either. Come on. Say something about it. Yeah, your dad went to UT. You're not going.
Yeah.
I think it's both his parents went.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think you can be like,
it's great.
I think it can mean something, but not mean everything. Like, is he going to commit to Texas like next week? Probably not. But can it mean that door is opened a little more than we would like it to be? Absolutely, 100%. From one defensive lineman to another, Derek LeBlanc actually reconfirmed his commitment to OU in a recent interview. Shout out to Derek, real homie. 4-star, by the way, defensive lineman. So he reaffirmed his commitment. We don't have to get too deep into this, but
Out of Florida, right? He's out of Florida.
Yeah, he's out of Florida.
There you go.
He's at Kissimmee, Florida, which is just outside of Orlando.
Isn't his dad like super busy on Twitter?
Very,
also?
Yeah.
So
Very.
I always see his tweets like, "No, we still love Venables. He the guy." All this kind of stuff, and you love to see it. You love to see the constant commitment.
Josh McQuistion of Sooner Scoop interviewed the dad and Derek, and they both essentially said that as long as Todd Bates and Brent Venables are there, we're there. So
yeah.
They're not going anywhere.
Hey, a lot of Richards being active on Twitter. You know what I mean?
Yep. I feel that. Anybody else, anything on that before we move on?
I think he epitomizes what a recruit needs to be for the University of Oklahoma. I love
Patrick's
Derek
all
LeBlanc.
in on this guy.
Oh, I really like him.
Love the version of Patrick we're getting right now.
I'm a big fan.
Just such black and white, Pat.
Oh,
We
yeah.
love it.
Hey, but Patrick, no, you're entitled to your opinion, man. You can,
Yeah,
you can.
absolutely.
And he's right. Like this is what we want every recruit to act like.
For
You
sure.
want everyone to be as in as Derek LeBlanc is. It's a great thing.
As in as Jackson Arnold is,
As Jackson Arnold is. He comes up and does radio hits in Norman, like in
Crazy.
the Chimmy's parking lot.
Amazing. Is it
Now
Chimmy's
that's
anymore?
It's not Chimmy's.
17-year-old.
It's not Chimmy's.
No,
It's so
but
sad.
it
Why would
always
you
bring
bring that
Chimmy's.
up?
But if you're listening and you
crushes me.
know it by anything other than Chimmy's, you're wrong, not me.
Yeah. You're young. Shut up. you don't know.
Or you might be old. I don't know what was there before Chimmy's. but-
Yeah, that's true. Some quick other recruiting news. 2024, those two guys we talked about were 2023 recruits. 2024 recruits, 2 defensive linemen. The top 2, I should say, have been crystal balled to Oklahoma, and that is T.A. Cunningham and David Stone Jr., number 1, number 2 defensive linemen in the country for the 2024 class. I don't know what this means because I'm not a recruiting expert and I haven't talked to these guys. So, cool. That sounds super dope abstractly, but I don't know. There's a lot of time before December 2023 when these guys are supposed to sign. You know what I mean?
I don't trust any crystal balls since David Hicks.
There it is. That's
Oh,
same.
yeah.
same.
Yeah.
I don't trust
Yeah.
him.
I get it.
These big time recruits, other schools are going to be able to come in with the bag, and I'm just not going to buy a crystal ball this far out.
Mm-mm.
I can't put stock in it. I can't do that to myself.
No.
Now, I know that Stone has been. This is not Matt. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I interrupted you.
You're good.
David Stone has been super active on Twitter, I believe, for OU stuff.
He's been
I've
linked to
seen
OU
him.
for a while.
He's been linked for a while. I don't know much about T.A. Cunningham, to be completely honest with you.
I mean,
And this is still, we are so far out. We are so far out.
it's just so hard for me to even focus on 2024 when the 2023 class hasn't even signed. I just can't.
Yeah.
It's-
Let's focus on 23.
Yeah, which I get
Well-
it. It's these guys' jobs to write about this stuff. You know what I mean? They're in it. This is what they do every day. So they constantly come up with these stories and these crystal balls and all this stuff because they have to. It's a content machine. It's the recruiting content machine and it doesn't stop. But for us, people who consume the recruiting news basically a year at a time, and we focus on that one class at a time, it's hard to get excited about that. Matt, I thought you had something to say.
I was just going to say, I know what BV's doing this weekend on a bye week. He's out there recruiting every single one of them. And obviously, we're not only looking to 2023, but we also got to look to 2024. And it is a little bit out there, but there's never too early to start recruiting some of these guys. It's good that we're already linked to them, especially the guy that we mentioned, Stone. So if we can even land one of them, I mean, again, like Mark said, it's going to be a highly competitive to recruit these guys. But the fact that we're in contention for these top talented players, especially as we move into the SEC, these are the types of players that you want on your roster. That's the type of talent we need. And I'm sure BV is already on the trail working it out. So have complete faith in the staff.
To Matt's point, it's reflective of the work that the staff is putting in that we get those crystal balls, right? It's not going to USC for Los Alamitos T.A. Cunningham. I know he's a Georgia guy that just moved out there, but he's in the backyard, right?
Yeah.
It could be any other coach. So it's a good sign. Yeah, this is a content machine, but the content is saying OU is the one. So that's cool. But again,